The time is 1:15. Here is the news edited by Catherine Pereira, read by Victor Raj. Here are the headlines of the local news. The maiden budget of the government submits to the Parliament this evening. The cabinet approval is implemented. E-National Identity Card projects gets underway. Over 5,800 COVID-19 cases in Colombo district since last month. It has been requested to follow health advice correctly. US President warns more people may die as Trump transition stalls. Local news in detail. Prime Minister and Finance Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa will present the second reading of the appropriation bill for the financial year 2021 in Parliament today. Following the publication of the 2021 appropriation bill in the Gazette on October 6, it was presented to Parliament by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa on October 20, 2020 for the first reading. Secretary General of Parliament Dhammika Dasanayake stated that the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance is due to present the second reading of the 2021 appropriation bill in Parliament at 1:40 p.m. today. Subsequently, the Prime Minister will make the budget speech, and it is considered as the 75th budget report of the country. The appropriation bill is presented to allocate 2,678 billion rupees for the service expenditure, and according to the bill, the limit on borrowings for the financial year 2021 has been set at 2,900 billion rupees. The second reading debate of the budget will be held from the 18th to the 21st of this month, following the presentation of the budget speech by the Prime Minister. The vote on second reading will take place on November 21st at 5 p.m. Parliament sittings will be held from the 18th to the 20th from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The debate of the committee stage will commence on the 23rd November and is scheduled to conclude on 10th of December. Accordingly, the vote will be held at 5 p.m. on the 10th December. Secretary General of the Parliament, Dhammika Dasanayake, stated that arrangements have been made to hold sittings of Parliament in accordance with all health guidelines and regulations during the entire period of the budget debate from today. The Cabinet approval has given to implement E-National Identity Card project and Unitary Digital Identification Framework. It is a proposal submitted by the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The project has been implemented by the ICTA and the Department of Registration of People. The Cabinet approval has also been given to use environmental-friendly material instead of using asbestos for roofs of schools and preschools. It is an important step taken for the health safety of the school children. The National Operations Center for Prevention of COVID-19 Outbreaks says the total number of COVID-19 infections registered in Colombo district since the 4th of October has escalated to 5,899 with the 231 fresh cases found yesterday. Gampaha district has recorded 4,998 infections during this period, including the 42 new cases from yesterday. Sri Lanka detected 387 new COVID-19 patients yesterday as the confirmation cases count went up to 17,674. Reports revealed that 382 of them were from the Minuangoda-Paliagoda cluster and the remaining 5 were arrivals from Uganda and Turkey. Health Ministry data showed that 11,806 patients have registered health so far, while 5,807 are still under medical care at selected hospitals and treatment centers across the island. Death toll from COVID-19, meanwhile, reached 61 yesterday as 3 persons aged between 70 to 85 years fell victim to the virus. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. More local news. Police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana requests people in the isolated areas to provide their support to prevent the spread of COVID-19 by following the health advice correctly. He also stated that 27 people have been taken into custody for violating quarantine rules during the last 24 hours. So far, 290 persons were taken into custody for violating quarantine rules since the 30th of last month. Meanwhile, 2 persons have been taken into custody by the CID due to spreading false information through social media that a large number of people are dying after infected of the COVID-19 virus. They have been produced before the courts. They were taken into custody at Kaduganawa, Kandy and Hanthana areas. It has also been revealed that this information shared in Japan and Australia. Chairman of the State Mortgage and Investment Bank, Dr. Udayasri Karyavasam, says that the International Financial Fund has stated that they will expect a global economy will decline by 4% and 1% increase. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has given tax concessions to the entrepreneurs in the country, but the entrepreneurs were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. He made these remarks participating in the Subharati program of the SLBC today. He said that the government has able to maintain public service even without expected income. Participating in the program, Professor Suranga De Silva of the Colombo University said that the tourism and the para sector were badly affected by the COVID-19 virus. That ends local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidamahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Minister Mahinda Amaravira commends the Centre for Environmental Rights of taking court action against the Rishad Baduddin regarding the destroying of the forest and construction houses in 2,388 acres in the Bilpatu and Kallaru areas. He also stated that the court decision given to the Baduddin is an important example for future. He made these remarks at a media briefing held yesterday at the Ministry of Environment. That came to you in Main News Story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Moving on to Watchlight, the residents in LPTA says that the project of LPTA Belgium Village Training Centre, which was closed down before the 20 years, is being dilapidated. They request the relevant authorities to use this centre for useful purpose, especially to maintain a Dhamma school in the area. That came to you in Watchlight. Moving on to world news, let's take a look at the headlines. U.S. President warns more people may die as Trump transition stalls. Category 5 storm hits Nicaragua. APEC nations now vow cooperation to boost economy. World news in detail. Joe Biden has warned people may die if his incoming presidential administration continues to be impeded by Donald Trump. Speaking in Delaware, the president-elect said coordination was needed to tackle the coronavirus outbreak. He called President Trump's refusal to acknowledge the lost the vote, despite calls to do so from both sides, totally irresponsible. This is not a game, former First Lady Michelle Obama wrote on social media. President-elect Biden has 306 votes in the Electoral College, surpassing the 270 threshold needed to win. Hurricane Iota is lashing the coast of Nicaragua less than 2 weeks after another devastating storm hit. The U.S. National Hurricane Center said the storm's western eye had crossed the coast last evening. It had strengthened at sea to a Category 5 storm before hitting the coast, with maximum sustained winds up to 160 miles per hour. As it struck Nicaragua, it weakened slightly to a Category 4, but it remains dangerous. The NHC warned of catastrophic winds, life-threatening storm surge, and torrential rainfall in its latest update. Iota is the strongest Atlantic hurricane of the year and only the second November hurricane to reach Category 5. The last was in 1932. Countries around the Asia-Pacific have pledged to work together to boost the region's economy in the face of the coronavirus. Ministers from the 21 members of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, or APEC, held a teleconference on Monday. They issued a statement afterwards. They said the pandemic has hit the region hard. They stressed the importance of free and fair trade to drive economic recovery at such a challenging time. The joint statement is the first in 3 years. Ministers failed to agree on one at their last meeting in 2018 after a dispute between the US and China over wording on free trade. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines once again. US President warns more people may die as Trump transition stalls. Category 5 storm hits Nicaragua. APEC nations vow cooperation to boost economy. That came to you in world news. Moving on to development news. Largest development project since 2014, the construction of the long overdue Bandar Naik International Airport Phase 2 development to cater to 15 million passengers will commence tomorrow, creating a major landmark in the aviation history of Sri Lanka. This development project, which is funded by Japan, is estimated to be completed in 3 years at a cost of 107 billion rupees as the largest development project carried out by the government. That ends development news. Moving on to sports news. Several cricketers of Sri Lanka team left for Hambantota for the Lanka Premier League cricket tournament to be held on 26th of this month at the Surya Veva International Cricket Stadium. That came to you in sports news.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The central bank has requested licensed banks to extend a moratorium to COVID-19 affected businesses and individuals for a maximum period of 6 months commencing from 1st of October this year. Eligible borrowers may request for the moratorium on or before 30th of this month. The tenure of the moratorium will be up to 6 months. Eligible borrowers will be included businesses, proprietors and individuals engaged in identified business sectors, small and medium enterprises, self-employment businesses and foreign currency earners who are facing financial difficulties due to the outbreak of COVID-19. That came to you in business news.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The Galle office of the Export Agriculture Department says that the cinnamon cultivation in the Galle districts is being carried out successfully. The cinnamon plants will be supplied for the cultivators to cultivate in 172 hectares of land. That came to you in economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh, no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Finally, on to the weather report. The Met Department shows that showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in southern province in the morning. Showers or thunder showers will occur in northern, north central and eastern provinces in the afternoon or night. That ends weather report. To wrap up the afternoon news on Radio Sri Lanka, let's take a look at the headlines once again. The maiden budget of the government submitted to the Parliament this evening. The Cabinet approval to implement E-National Identity Card project gets underway. Over 5,800 COVID-19 cases in Colombo district since last month. It has been requested to follow health advice correctly. Foreign news, US President warns more people may die as Trump transition stalls. With that, we bring to an end to the afternoon news broadcast on Radio Sri Lanka.